Hello students, welcome to AIMS India online classes. This is a chemistry session. In this, we are discussing about the chapter separation of substances. In this session, we are going to discuss about the practice sheet related to this chapter. In this practice sheet 1, we are going to see conceptual understanding questions and single correct answer type questions, which all contain one correct answer. So, read the question and answer carefully and select the correct answer. See the first about conceptual understanding questions. Let us see here the first one. The process of separation of insoluble solid constraint of a mixture from its liquid constraint by passing it through some porous material is called. What is this separation technique called? What they are doing in that? Let us see the equipment used for this also so we can understand easily this. See, the separation of an insoluble solid substance from the mixture of its liquid constituent by passing it through some porous material is called. What the process is called here? It is called filtration. By using filtration process, we can separate the insoluble solid substance from its solid liquid mixtures, isn't it? For example, if you take sand and water, we can separate sand from water by when we pour this mixture through a porous material like filter paper. Then pure water will come down and will be collected into another container, whereas sand will be remained in that porous material which we have taken as filter paper. Now the substance which is remained in this that solid material is called residue, and the pure liquid obtained in this another container is called filtrate. And this process of separation of this insoluble solid substance from a liquid is called filtration. This process is called filtration. Okay, and the material used for the separation of these components is called filter paper, or that porous material is called filter paper. Okay, sometimes they may use some sieve based upon the size of the solid particles to be separated. Different materials, porous materials are used. Okay, next, the clear liquid obtained from suspension of an insoluble solid and a liquid by the process of filtration is called. Yes, just now I told. They're asking about pure liquid. The pure liquid obtained by the separation of insoluble solid substance by the process of filtration is called, what it is, pure liquid called? It is called filtrate. And the residue remained, then the insoluble solid substance remained in the filter paper is called residue. Okay, solid is residue and the pure liquid obtained is called filtrate. This process is called filtration. Got it? See the next question. The insoluble solid constituent left on the filtering material is called. Yes, that question is also given here. What that solid substance remained in the filter paper called? It is called residue. This substance which is remained in the filter paper. Of course, that filtering material. It may not be always a filter paper only. Sometimes they may use some cloth, any other porous material they may use there. So in that solid material will remain and the clear liquid will be passed down into another container. That clear liquid obtained is called filtrate and the solid substance remained in the filtering material is called residue. What it is? Residue. Next question. The insoluble solid material which settles down when a suspension is allowed to stand undisturbed is called. Yes, instead of pouring through a filtering material, if the mixture if it is allowed for standing a certain time, then the insoluble solid material slowly settles at the bottom of the container. That settling down of the solid material at the bottom is called. See here, it is taken some chalk powder and water mixture. Suppose if you allow this container to stay for some time without disturbing, if you observe after a few minutes, we can see there that chalk powder or any other solid material which is insoluble into the liquid will be settled at the bottom of the container. This settling down of the insoluble solid material is called sedimentation. Okay, and that is settled solid substance is called sediment. Okay, that process is called sedimentation, and that insoluble solid material which is settled at the bottom of the container after certain time is called sediment. Okay, next, which one of the following is not a mixture? Say which is not a mixture. First one you see crude oil. Is crude oil a pure substance or mixture? We know crude oil is one of the fossil fuels collected from the earth crust under the layers of the earth. So it is a mixture of so many components. Mostly they are called hydrocarbons. It is not a one component. It is mixture of several components like petrol, diesel, kerosene, naphthalene, paraffin wax, lubricating oil. These all are present in the lubricate crude oil. So this crude oil is collected and then it is purified, separated into different components. Now what we can say as crude oil, is it a pure substance or a mixture? It is a mixture. It is a mixture. What about air? Is air a pure substance? No. Air is also composite of several gases. The atmospheric air consists of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and some other impurities, dust particles. These all are present in the atmospheric air. So we can say air as a mixture, not a pure substance. So it is also a mixture. What about paint? Paint is also a mixture. It contains different colored pigments and some solvent also. When you apply these paints on the walls or any article, that solvent will be evaporated. These color pigments will be stick to the container, that wall or any other container. So in this way, paints are also mixture of some components. Okay, paint is also a mixture. What about sugar? Sugar is a compound. It contains all same kind of molecules in it. It is made up of crystals. Those crystals of sugar made up of same kind of sugar molecules. So we can say sugar is a compound. It is not a mixture. Now they're asking which is not a mixture among these. What will be correct answer now? Sugar. Sugar is a compound, whereas the remaining three are mixtures. Okay, next. The chemical formula of common salt. Common salt actually it is a common name of a chemical substance called sodium chloride, because mostly we use in our household with cooking purposes we use this salt. That is why this commonly called common salt or table salt, and even this is also called as rock salt, because when it is obtained from the seawater by the process called evaporation, it appears like some rock pieces. That is why it is also called rock salt. So rock salt, common salt, table salt, these all are the common names of a chemical called sodium chloride. And its molecular formula is what is the molecular formula of sodium chloride? It is NaCl. Remember this because we use this compound frequently in our studies. Okay, sodium chloride is the chemical formula of common salt. Next question. The process of separation of a liquid from a soluble salt solution by the evaporation of liquid and condensation of its vapor in another vessel is called. What do we call this process? So the separation of a liquid and a soluble solid substance in it. If it is insoluble solid substance, then easily we can separate by the process called filtration. But if the solid substance is dissolved, then we can collect that liquid by the process. What do we do in that process? First, the mixture is heated so that liquid will be evaporated off, and these vapors are collected back and cooled so that liquid will be recondensed and collected back. So these processes together called as distillation. So this is the equipment used for the distillation process. What do they do in this? They take the mixture of liquid and solid substance in this dissolved solid. For example, salt solution. If you say salt will be dissolved into water, that cannot be separated by filtration. Now, if you take this in this container and if you heat, then water slowly will be evaporated and will be collected through this delivery tube. And this water vapor is collected, is cooled in this delivery tube by using some condenser. Then it is cooled, it converts back into liquid and will be collected in this container. So pure liquid is obtained or separated from the mixture of salt and water by the process called distillation. This process is called distillation. Distillation involves evaporation of the liquid first and then condensation of the vapors of that liquid. This process is called distillation. And the pure liquid obtained is called here distilled liquid. If it is water, then it is called distilled water, which is pure form of water. Okay. Next, the process of changing directly from solid state to gaseous state is called. Yes, there some substances on heating from solid state they convert into liquid state and then into gaseous state. In the reverse, gaseous components on cooling converts into liquid state. Again on further cooling, these liquids will convert into solid state. But there are certain substances which directly convert from solid state to gaseous state on heating without coming into liquid state. That phenomenon, that process is called sublimation. And those substances which convert directly from solid state to gaseous state are called as sublimable substances. Okay, next, sublimation is a technique that helps chemists too. Where this sublimation technique helps chemists, for what purpose they use this sublimation? To say simply, generally they use this sublimation technique to purify the chemicals, because sometimes the chemicals they may contain mixture of sublimable substance and non-sublimable substances. So there they can get this sublimable substance by the process of sublimation. When it is heated, sublimable substance will be converted into vapor state. Those will be collected separately. So mostly chemists they use this technique for purification of chemical substances from the impurities. Okay. Next, a coffee filter is used to separate coffee liquid from ground. This is a suitable example for. Okay, what is this? A coffee filter is used to separate coffee liquid from ground. That means coffee powder. This is a suitable example. What process is happening in the separation of this coffee powder from the decoction in by using coffee filter? That process is called. Yes, see here, by using a filter or some other cloth, they pour the decoction into this. Then coffee powder will be remained in that cloth or filter. Pure decoction will be collected down in another container. This process is an example for filtration, isn't it? Filtration. Okay. Next question. Chromatography is generally used by. Chromatography. Who will use this chromatography? Generally, this technique is used for separation of components of some chemicals which are exist in a very small quantity. So chromatography is generally used by chemists. Chemists they use this technique for the separation of chemicals which are exist in a small quantity. Okay. Next question. A technique in which two liquids are separated by heating process is known as. So if a mixture is containing two liquids which are mixed each other, then by which technique they can be separated? Suppose we have a mixture of water and alcohol. How can we separate those two? By the process called distillation. So when the mixture of these two soluble liquids, if it is heated at a particular temperature, by maintaining fixed temperature, one of the liquids will be boiled or evaporated at the temperature. The other will be maintained in the liquid state, so that the vapors of the liquid will be collected and cooled again and will be collected into some other container. This process is called distillation or fractional distillation. In clear, it is called fractional distillation. Means distillation occurs at a fixed temperature. So when mixture of two liquids, if it is heated at a fixed temperature, at that temperature only one of those two liquids will be evaporated, the other will be maintained in the liquid state only. Those vapors will be collected and cooled and will be collected into another container in the liquid form. This process is called distillation. Okay. Next, now let us see here single correct answer type questions. See the first one. The method of separating finely suspended particles in a liquid by whirling the liquid at very high speed is called. Yes, in some suspensions, very finely small particles of solid can be separated by whirling the liquid mixture at high speed. When it is whirled at a high speed, the solid suspended particles will be settled at the bottom of the container. This process is called centrifugation. These are equipment they use for centrifugation. This is called centrifuge. So they take the suspension mixture in a test tube and it is fixed into the centrifuge. When this machine rotates these test tubes at very high speed, the suspended solid particles will be settled down like this in the container. In that way, liquid and solid particles will be settled, separated. Okay, this process is called centrifugation. Okay, generally this process is used for separation of cream from milk and different samples of blood. For the separation of these all, they use this technique called centrifugation. Okay, next, the premises where distillation is carried out, especially of alcohol, is known as. Yes, we told the premises where distillation is carried out is called distillery. This complete equipment or machinery where this distillation process is going on is called distillery. Next, how is scrap iron separated from other waste in scrap yard? Yes, in the scrap yard, the iron scrap is separated from the other waste by using this technique. They use big magnets. If the magnet is dipped in the scrap yard, then all magnetic and iron scrap will be stick to that magnet. So they will be separated from the other scrap in this way. This technique of separation of this magnetic material by using a strong magnet is called magnetic separation. Okay, next, in centrifugation process the remaining solution is called. Yes, in the earlier question we have seen, in the separation of the suspended solid particles they use a centrifugation process. What do they do in that? They'll take the mixture of the suspension in the centrifuge and they whirl this mixture at a very high speed. By that, those solid suspensions will be settled at the bottom of the container. Now, that a pure liquid obtained by the centrifugation is called supernatant liquid or supernatant, and the solid substance remained at the bottom is called residue. Now they're asking here the remaining solution or the pure liquid obtained is called supernatant or supernatant liquid. So this will be the correct answer. Okay, next question. Separation of mixture where one of the components is magnetic in nature is called. Yes, we have, suppose we have a mixture in which one of the components is magnetic and the remaining are non-magnetic. Then how can we separate these two? By using a magnet. If you dip a magnet into the mixture, the magnetic component will stick to the magnet, whereas the non-magnetic material will be remained at the bottom itself. In that way, we can separate the magnetic material from non-magnetic material by using magnets. This process of separation is called magnetic separation. Okay, next question. Separation of the components of a mixture when either one of the components lighter than the other are soluble in some other liquids like water is called. What is this process called? Separation of the components of a mixture where one of the components is lighter than the other one is called gravity method. It is called gravity method. See, in this gravity method, what they will do? They pour the mixture in a inclined surface which has zigzag surface. Then when it is poured on this surface, along with that some water will be poured into that. Now the heavier components will be struck in these zigzag portions, whereas lighter weight particles will flow along with the water down. Okay, in this way, the lighter weight particles from the heavier particles can be separated. This process is called gravity method. Okay, this is called gravity method. Which of the following method is suitable for separation of sand and sawdust? See, if you observe the mixture, sand and sawdust, in this we know sand is a heavier material than sawdust, isn't it? So if a mixture is containing like this one heavier content and another one lighter component, then those two can be separated by using gravity method. So if we pour the mixture of sand and sawdust here along with the water, sand will be struck in this crust, whereas sawdust will be flown along with the water down, will be collected here. So that can be separated by using filtration again. So in this way, heavier material and lighter weight material can be separated by using a technique called gravity method. Okay. Next, from rocky material, iron is separated by. So if you observe the mixture given here, iron and rocky material. Out of these two, iron is magnetic material, whereas rocky material is non-magnetic material. So if one magnetic and another non-magnetic material present in the mixture, then those mixtures can be separated by using a magnet. Isn't it? Yes. Next one. Steel is a type of. Actually, these iron rods will be mixed with iron actually will be mixed with some other metals like nickel, chromium and some carbon to make this iron rustless and to make it very harder. So that the material obtained by mixing these all is called steel. This is also called often stainless steel. Stain in the sense rust. Stainless steel means the iron which is not getting rust. So how it is made? By mixing with some other metals. So the resultant product obtained by mixing a metal with other metals is called an alloy. So here iron is a solid and those other metals are also solids. So we can say now steel is a mixture which is made up of solid homogeneous mixture. Okay, steel is a solid homogeneous mixture because we cannot see iron and other metals separately in this. If you say observe the steel, it seems like one component, isn't it? So this is made by mixing iron with some other metals. So these all are solids. So we can say it is a solid homogeneous mixture. Where is it? Here. Okay, this is the correct answer. Not only steel, we can say some other solid homogeneous mixtures like brass, bronze. These all will come under solid homogeneous mixtures because they are made up of more than one kind of metals in them. These are also called alloys. Have you heard this word? Alloys. Alloys means mixture of two or more metals. Okay, steel is also one of the alloys. Right? One more. Blood and other biological samples are often separated by. How do they separate blood samples? By using centrifugation technique. They take the blood sample into a test tube and they keep in the centrifuger. When it is whirled at very high speed, the solid particles present in the blood will be settled at the bottom of the container. This process is called centrifugation. Okay, this is a apparatus which is used for this operation in the laboratories. Not only for the blood samples, they used generally for separation of cream from milk also in the dairies. Right? Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our YouTube channel AIMS Today for latest updates and recorded videos. Thank you.